How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Brothers in the Deep End podcast. Speaking right now is your co-host, Casey Inkle. And here today with your host, Ethan Addison.
Yo.
Co-host, Kevin Lopez.
What up?
And special guest speaker who's tuning in with us today, B-boy/MC and fitness guru himself, Sal Vitale.
What's up, everybody?
Today we're going to speak about a topic that we can't see. It's something that's non-physical. It's about the good and bad energy we put into the universe. Regardless of the theories and how the universe is constructed, we must understand that there is good and there's bad energy in this world. Many spiritualists or people believe that this means there has to be a separation between the two. And I think as humans, we all notice when something gives off good energy and when something gives off bad energy. Sal Vitale here is a fitness guru, and along his journey, he came up with the motto, energy is everything. What inspired you, or what sense did you come to that made you realize energy is everything, and what is energy to you and for everyone else here?
Good question. I get this question once. This is the first time, actually. So energy is literally everything. When I was thinking about like a slogan for my brand, I couldn't figure out, all right, what is it that gets me or defines me in a way? And, a lot of people have known me as this energetic individual. And at first I wanted to put it out something where it says something like power, strength, a whole bunch of, powerful words together, and then energy in the end. And then I was just like, wait, why does this have to be just about fitness? You guys know me as a dancer, an MC, fitness, and an individual as an energetic person, as a wholesome, right? Why does it have to be just about one thing? So I picked energy as everything because energy, we're connected to energy. The universe.
Everything
right?
is connected.
Right. The universe. Have you guys heard of law of attraction?
Yeah.
Law of attraction, right?
Just looking up at that like a couple minutes ago, like 20, 30 minutes ago, I was just looking at
Yeah. So it's like, it's a big thing. I didn't learn about this until like last year. And somehow we're all connected. With that said, source energy, you vibrate at a certain frequency. And whatever frequency you're putting out, that's the frequency you're going to receive. So when I thought about it, I was like, all right, energy is literally everything. You wake up in the morning, you need energy. You go out to go have fun with your friends, you need energy. You go and go get a workout in, you need energy, especially if you come to my class.
That's right.
And then when you vibe with somebody, your boy, your girl, whatever, you're going to feel their energy, whether it's good, it's negative, it's bad, positive, whatever it is, it's there.
It's just a natural feel. Yeah, it's a natural feel,
Right.
Just like right now, I feel comfortable right now, I feel the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I trust y'all. That's what I think you're talking about right there, what you're getting at.
Exactly. Yes. And I brought this book. It's a really great book for all the listeners out there. It's pretty known. It's called You Are a Badass. And, it talks about self-improvement. Whether you're trying to fix some things in certain areas or not, this can be a great book for anyone. Mm-hmm. Coaches need coaches, honestly. So this is a good coaching book for people that are already within that field and trying to learn more and trying to get better at it. Literally talks about what we just said, source energy and vibrations and, basically whatever you're putting out in the world, you're going to receive.
Right.
It's like karma.
It's
just like karma. No?
Just before we came here, we was talking about like karma. And I think, I naturally just believe in karma, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think of it as like, oh, I do good, I'm gonna get good. It's just like, I don't know. It was just a natural feel to me where it's like, I just want to do good things so that like, I just stay around those good vibes and I just feel good. Good. You know what I'm saying? And eventually everything around you is just gonna gravitate towards that. I'm a positive individual. So everything around me, it gotta be positive. And if it's not positive, I'm gonna head out. I could feel negative energy, I could feel the vibes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to dissect the auras in the room, you know what I'm saying? What aura do you bring? Like, what energy do you bring? I make sure when I come in the room, people feel me. And my energy, what I'm bringing is like, oh, that guy is about his business, you know what I'm saying? But once you get to know me, you know, I smile and whatnot. But once I come in the room, I come in for business, whatever the case may be. I have a good light to me, but you know, I'm a serious dude. That was the same way with my dad. Anywhere he went, he bring that aura. Like against with people he didn't know, he brought like a serious aura. Once you got to know him, it was like a light just shine through him. You know what I'm saying? And it was the light was like on him, and that's how I treat myself. And that's how everything like comes back to me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very selective about who I bring around, because at the end of the day, like he said, you know, you want to be around people that's going to bring you to new levels, new endeavors and whatnot. That's why I'm blessed to be around Sal, and I want to be around a person like Sal.
Thank you.
Because, you know, he's like a similar energy to me, and to me, he's on a higher level than me. I'm trying to chase that too, and he motivates me. And I want to stay around people that motivate me, because that's only going to bring me higher. If you're around people that are going to downgrade you or pull you down, where are you going to go? Back down with them. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the streets. You can only be in the streets, you know, so long. Eventually, it's either going to tie you down, or you try to get out the streets. And then you know, there's stories out there, you know, that people that get out the streets, and then when they go back, what happens to them? Something really bad happens to them, because that shit is just negative. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good comes out of that shit. You know?
Yeah. Even just the thought of like whatever they're going through, whether it be like depression, sometimes kind of like, you know, brings that aura that you say, or it's very contagious vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And like, you know, you could feel someone's like depressed or sad or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And then that shit could feed off to you. And then you could feel it, and you're like, whoa, I can't really be around this person. Like, I'll bring up a little story. Like, I was speaking to someone, she's just, every time I talk, oh, I'm sorry, this is a lot of females. Every time I talk, there's like bad vibes, you know, or just, she's always complaining about something. And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking be around that, because then it's going to make me complain about shit, and it's fucking up my energy. Like, you can't let no one fuck up your energy, you know what I'm saying? You can't, life's too short for that shit. You know, time is too valuable for all that bullshit. So energy is legit everything. When you get up in the morning, we're all like, all tired and whatnot. But you gotta tune in to that second gear and wake up and shake that shit off and get a good energy. Because then, you know, once you tap into your mental, you're like, all right, you know what? Let's go attack the day. Don't you feel good and ready to go? I know I'm not bugging.
Nah, you can see me in Sal's class in the morning. I dead ass mad.
Nah, but then he brings that energy that's like, all right, yo, you gotta get up. Like, let's go, let's move. And it just rubs off on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exclude all the jokes, but it just automatically rubs off. No matter how you feel, you gotta tune into his vibe when you go to his class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with football. You know, I know, I was groggy or tired, but once we got on that field, you had to tap into that, and you had to tap into, you know, what was going on. Because if you didn't, shit, you're gonna be in the back end, and you're gonna get run over. You're gonna fuck up in practice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm guilty of that, by the way.
And why you say you're guilty of that?
Of bringing bad like energy into the room, of having people turned off. I'm definitely guilty of that.
I mean,
I've done that
I
a
never
couple
experienced that with you off the years I known you.
It's-
I want to hear why. I want to hear, you know, your point of view.
It's really a product of like my depression that I've been battling. So of course you haven't been here for the previous episodes, but of course, you know, I've dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody goes through it, of course, it's a very tense battle with your emotions and whatnot, and you kind of feel like you're not welcome, but you find yourself in the room anyway, because you kind of are. And when you come in and you're just around all these happy people, whatever, you kind of just like, you're not in the mood for it. Like, you kind of just like, you want to be to yourself. And I admit it, and I know that I'm in that state. So I'll tell myself, like, I really don't want to be here, because I know that I will turn all y'all off immediately. I know that y'all probably hate me after this. I know that y'all probably look at me different. Y'all probably gonna say I'm bipolar, this and that, etc. But it's just that I know what I could potentially do, the damage I could cause, the self-esteem that I could lower on people, you know? So that was when, of course, when I used to battle with it. Nowadays, I really find myself like, you know, I'm always uplifting myself, telling me that I could get things done. And you know, I try not to focus on my past, because that's really where it all comes from. You know, my past tensions, whatever I've been dealing with before. Yeah. And I kind of...
And what you said is like, you said like how you realized you had that, you know, that you had that energy that was going to bring people down. Some people don't realize that shit.
Yeah.
some people do not realize that they have that negative energy,
Yeah, that's
and you
facts.
try to tell them that shit all the time,
Yeah.
and they still don't realize it.
How
If
did
I-
you? I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, go
How
ahead.
did you tune into this self acceptance?
As far as tuning in, I mean, really, I don't know. I think I'm just built that way. You know, I when it comes to like work, like when I'm not productive, I know I'm not. You know, when I'm not on my shit, I know I'm not.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, it comes naturally to me. I don't know how I adapted, but that's just been me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm very well aware of what I'm doing, of the effort that I'm putting into something. And if I'm not doing something, I'm gonna straight up say it. I haven't been doing anything.
Right. So,
You know what I'm saying?
well, what made you make the move and the leap where, like, all right, this is what I am. I want to be here, though. How did you make the realization of this and get to that? Well,
Well, it goes hand in hand with me realizing that I'm not doing what I gotta do, and then I also surround myself around people because, you know, I have an entrepreneur endeavor on the side, and this involves me going to weekly meetings at an office where I'm around a lot of people who are highly motivated. You know, they come from entrepreneurial backgrounds, so when I'm there,
So you could
that's
tell.
great. Yeah.
right,
You could tell, you could realize that.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, there are times when my energy, what I put off, whatever they got going on, like, you know, all this happiness, excitement, whatever, just can't seem to kind of get to me, you know? That's why sometimes I wish I'm never there.
It's probably because I'm not no psychologist, or
Right,
whatnot,
right.
but I'm trying to put pieces together.
Right.
It's probably because you're not letting it. You know what I'm saying? You're controlling that.
Right.
And like you said, we're saying energy a lot, but you can control it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that you control. You know what I'm saying?
But don't get me wrong, there are days when it does get to me. I'm not gonna lie, there
Of
are
course,
days when
it's
it does.
normal, but
you know?
you gotta learn how to control it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some people, I'll go back to what I said. Like some people don't realize that they can control it, and then you try to convey that to them, and it's like they're not waking up out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're still in that negative slum. You know what I'm saying? And then they do it unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? Like they come in with this bad vibe, and you tell them like, "Yo, what's good with your vibe?" And they don't realize. They're like, it's just me." And it's just fucking you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, I'm just built that way. I'm just self-conscious about what I offset. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is just they're not built like that. Everybody's different.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so speaking on it a little bit earlier when I came into this episode, I said that, you know, energy is something that, you know, we can't see and it's not physical. You know, do any of you guys, you know, I'm gonna talk on this a little later, but is there any experiences you guys ever had that there was something that you felt that you couldn't see that happened to change an outcome of an event that happened that day or like saved your life? None of you guys have something on that?
anybody want to tune in on
Because
that?
I know
one?
me and Ethan spoke a little earlier. He said he was at the park one time when he was younger.
Oh yeah, I could get into
And
that.
if he gets into that, and I feel like the energy that he was feeling off of this one event was kind of mind blowing to me because in the end, it kind of saved his life a little bit.
Yeah, I'll tune into that. You know, so you know, young kid growing up in Brooklyn, New York, you come across, you know, a whole bunch of different people. And I used to go to a park a lot. So I was at the skate park, and then, you know, back in the days, there was a lot of like gangs and rivals, you know, with bikers, this, that, and the four biker skaters, you name it. But there was a lot of beef and tension in Outset Park back in the day. And I was a youngin'. And so I was just riding my bike in the skate park as usual. And then this dude that ran the park, I knew he was kind of involved in the streets. And I knew he had beef with, you know, the gangs, like gangs and whatnot. And so something was off. Like you could just sense the energy. Like he came in with his shirt off, like ready to fight someone. And it's just like, oh, everyone's looking at him like, oh, shit's about to go down. Like, oh, and then you hear word of mouth like, oh, the other gang is coming. So I said, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Like I'm not getting caught up in this business. Like I'm a biker and they're coming for the bikers. Like it don't matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
I
never
said
know.
they're gonna categorize me as a biker, so I gotta get the fuck up out of here. And the funny thing is that my dad was just with me. So he's leaving the park and I said, oh shit, my dad don't know what's going on. I wasn't gonna tell my dad. So my dad left. I'm like, yeah, dad, later, deuce. You know what I'm saying? So I see, then all of a sudden I see the gang coming down from the top of the hill. I'm like, oh shit, I'm out. Booked it, right? Then another piece of the game is coming from the other side of the park where I'm trying to leave. So I'm going towards them, and something told me, and I just felt something said, Ethan, turn your ass back around and go right back to the park because you're going right towards them and they're going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was biker, you know what I'm saying? It didn't matter the age. Like they had beef with the bikers. So I'm like, and my dad was walking out and then he see me and then like he jetted back and I went back in the park and then, yo, they got into it. And my dad was watching from like the outside, but I was safe. I'm like, yeah, we good, we good. And then they were just barking, you know, typically nothing really happened because like it was just mad hot. Like the gangs and him was just mad hot. They ricocheting the chain, boom, boom, boom. But you could feel that energy, you know what I'm saying? That shift. And my dad was like, what made you turn around? Because my dad saw me leave me. I said, son told me go back, and I felt that fucking vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, my heart just went to my ass. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just see people with bad chains. You're like, oh,
You just
shit.
like go numb.
Nah, yeah, you just think fast, go right back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
no,
crazy.
you know that happened to me once, but I did the complete opposite. You did. I mean, I was being followed home. I knew I had like, it felt wrong to me. It did, and of course I knew it did because dudes was really yelling behind me. So I'm trying to like, you know, I'm heading home, and I don't know what I was thinking. This was in middle school. But I didn't know what I was thinking. I thought that I've never been like in a fight or like in any conflict like that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go home. The fuck they gonna do? Turns out they came around. Now they knew where I lived at the time, and I had my phone. I mean, you know, I fake called the police. I mean, I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I mean, that was pretty much all I had because I mean, if I was smart enough, I would have probably called streets. Or maybe just like, you know, kind of went around, you know, just kind of, you know. But yeah, I wasn't thinking about that situation, you know. I didn't really expect what to come of it. I just knew it was bad.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy. I even have a little bit like of a story. So, you know, you guys know about this, you know, the people who are listening don't know about this, but like I'm an artist, right? I make music and I'm in the music industry. You know, unfortunately, you know, there are times where, you know, shit goes sour and it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because we do live in an industry where, you know, it's not always what it seems, you know, it's not always what it seems. And so there was this one time, you know, I'm not going to name any names or whatever, but I went to this studio session that I'd booked with this artist who was upcoming at the time, a Brooklyn artist. And like, it was all cool. And he had like a little associate that came up and we're all just speaking and we're all vibing out. And just something told me like when I bought the feature and when I put the down payment, like just something wasn't right. You know, like Ethan said before, it's just something you feel. It's not really something you can sense. You know, it's just
in your
it's
gut.
just in your gut. Not even that, but like it could be like the universe just speaking to you, bro. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But something other than people or something we can see was just speaking to me. And I was with my group of friends there. You know, we're all just chilling. And then like, he's like, yeah, if you give me half the money, you know, I'll go outside and wait. And I was like, nah, like I feel like I'm getting set up right now. Like I'm giving this kid half the money, like. Nah, like we're all in the studio session. He's like, yeah, if you give me half the money, you know, he'll come outside and then we can all link up and he'll come up. I was like, nah, like we're going outside with you. And, you know, unfortunately, like it was just like we all walked outside and like it was still getting real questionable because a car pulled up, you know. So we're all waiting outside for this quote unquote artist to pull up to the studio session to feature on my track. And then like this car pulls up and I see a guy looking at us and I'm looking at him. And the other kid that we're looking at, he's looking kind of sketchy, and he's looking at the kid in the car. And my pops is there with me. You know, God bless my pops, because if he wasn't there, I probably would have been set up. You know what I'm saying? And we're all just looking. And then my dad just looks at this kid. He's like, "So what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's popping right now? Like, why is there a car pulling up? Like, cause my dad's from the streets. If you know my pops, he's an OG a little bit. And then like this kid, like he was kind of scared of my pops, and we both kind of like went around this kid. And then he's like, nah, like I don't think he's gonna be here right now. Like we can all go back upstairs. And like the craziest part, like I saw him text a message and then the car went away. So whatever, like I wasted my time. I kind of wasted the money, et cetera, et cetera. So like this is the craziest part. Like the next 2 days, like we were at the studio again and he never came. This artist never came. This kid was kind of just juicing us for money the whole entire time. And I lost like $500. You know, it wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It was just a small little setback. But then like 2-3 days later, bro, I see a story that the kid who apparently said he was helping us out get the artist in the studio, he posted a story of like this one like associate that he works with in this label. And that was the same exact kid in the car. And I was like, nah, that's crazy to me. So I called him out on his bullshit. And I was like, oh, so like this is your boy. Like, you were really going to take the money and bounce in the car if we didn't go with you downstairs. And he just ended up blocking me on all social media and then told the artist that I tried to sucker him. And the social media, like this artist, like started like talking shit on me, like throwing subs at me, not directly adding me because he would have gotten me clout. You know what I'm saying? But he started talking all this shit and saying how y'all like suckers are getting juice for this money. Like, speak to my team. But he put out this story that said like, yo, if you contact me or contact this person, like we'll get a feature for you. That was all a lie. And I was calling their bluff and they got so upset. But I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, that we went downstairs and my dad was like, nah, because I wasn't knowledgeable at the time, but I also felt it. You know, it was just a feeling that I couldn't fucking like portray or anything, but I knew I was getting set up. And I'm glad my pops was there, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would have lost out on like $3,000 to $4,000 of money for this feature. You know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy, yeah.
And it's crazy.
I feel you, yeah. So I'm glad that you guys all you're all talking about a certain feeling that we get, right? That gut feeling, which tells us it's a good thing or bad, or sometimes you don't know what the fuck it is. Is it good or bad? That's why we get stuck in these tricky situations. But if we didn't have that gut feeling, we wouldn't know what it's like to either receive a questionable yes or no. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I have or shouldn't I have? You know what I mean? I was in a situation similar where I got scammed for money a lot more, like a lot.
Oh boy.
Not that I'm comparing to you or anything like that,
Yeah,
you know?
no, of course.
And yo, the whole time I know I shouldn't be doing something, but I'm doing it. I don't know. It was fucking weird. It was tricky. I wasn't
Word.
listening to myself. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? But I'm doing it while I'm doing it, you know, like one of those situations. So I got this phone call. It had to do with like Optimum Online, some service, some offering, some bullshit, you know. You know, those people that scam you every day. They're trying to call you like seven different numbers a day. Just
give me your social security
yeah,
number.
some bullshit. And they ended up scamming me for like a couple of grand, bro.
Dang.
You know, and it sucked. They somehow got into my checking account, somehow sent themselves money, but it actually wasn't out of my account. It just seemed like it. The numbers digitally, it looked like I had this much and then I had this much, which it looked like they took something. So I was like, wait, what's going on? How do I fix this? And they're like, oh no, you just have to do this, this, and that. I don't want to get into specifics. You just have to do certain things and we're going to go and give you money back. So I went and did these certain things like a fucking joke that I am.
Oh, damn.
And, you know, ended up just losing my money right there in front of me. I was just like, what the fuck did I just do? I didn't listen to myself, but I mean, I learned, of course, you know, like there's no way someone would ever hack into my account ever again, you know, but just goes to tell you like, yo, you get these feelings sometimes, that energy, that
gut
it's
feeling.
tricky.
And let me see. What do you think that is? In my opinion, I think that energy, I believe in God. I think it's God. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That voice and whatnot. Well, what do you guys think it is? People say it's the universe.
It could be whatever power source you believe in. That's what it is. You know, like it's.
I personally I really don't know. All I know is this gut wrenching feeling that I hate. That when I feel like when I'm in this situation, I feel like
your heart starts doom, 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 right?
Not to mention that you feel like you don't know. You just anticipate the shit's about to start, but it's like you feel ill prepared. You feel like you're not going to get out of this or something like that. That's just the way I feel.
Right.
And it's I hate that feeling,
And
bro.
I think it's true though, the law of attraction and karma, because ever since like I just tapped in spiritually, tapped in with my motivation, just me being who I am and just me being positive, everything coming out of my life just has been positive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great feedback I've been getting, especially with the things I post on my social media. Like, it just speaks for itself, the actions, you know what I'm saying? You could just feel it. You could just feel the vibe off when someone posts something, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm talking or when I post certain things, like people hit me up like, yo, that one hit. Or yo, you're such a positive person. Yo, you motivate me. Yo, you made me want to go and run through a wall, because that's the energy that I'm putting out. And that's how I'm putting it out, you know what I'm saying? And then I look at other people and then they're doing the same exact thing, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm just staying around a crowd that's pushing me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, transcending that and just pushing it down, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the choice is yours on what energy you want to bring out and who you want to be around and what energy and vibe it is, you know what I'm saying? If you're around a lackadaisical group of people, what's that going to make you? Lackadaisical eventually. You know what I'm saying? but you gotta learn how to stay strong through that. But like I could be in any environment, but no one's changing who I am. I'm a positive light regardless, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna touch someone. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? No one changing me. You know?
Right.
I
Yeah.
can control, like you said, I can control my energy. No one's gonna fucking ever have that effect on me. I'm only gonna allow the right vibes in my life. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how you were
And
talking
I could
about.
just block the wrong shit, like pew pew pew.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's crazy how you talk about how you're never gonna change as a person because we've all dealt.
Negatively as a person. I'm a grow, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna change the
I see
left.
exactly what
I'm
you
gonna stay right. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
like you're on the path
Mhm.
regardless. But whatever you got, whatever characteristics, personalities, whatever traits you got, stay with you in the long run,
Yeah.
right?
No
And-
matter what.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's crazy because especially a kid like me, and I definitely know a lot of y'all been through, has some emotional battle scars in your past that kind of made you feel like you should tear yourself down as a man a little bit
fuck
because you
yeah.
feel like you giving too much,
Mm-hmm.
like you're a little bit too there for people when they don't deserve that,
Right. And you don't receive the same.
right?
back,
When it's not
certain-
reciprocated,
Yeah,
Right.
but it will come back somehow, some way. Patience and everything
Yeah.
takes time.
yeah,
And you
exactly.
can't even think. I'm sorry. And
No,
you
yeah.
can't even think about that. You just got to do it. If you think about, oh, it's gonna come back, and then it don't, you're gonna get tested like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like it's always long term. And when we talk about karma, I don't really wish bad on people. I don't, but it's gonna come around and I don't know when. And when it does, find
Good
your
luck.
way out.
Yeah.
You
good
know
luck.
what I'm saying?
Good luck.
Yeah. Because honestly, it's wrong to really focus on when that's coming around too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You was gonna say something, Vitaly?
Yeah. I mean, just to lead off with this, actually, karma is tricky, half and half, because there's good people that shit happens to them, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shit happens anyway, good and bad. So, sometimes to play it off like, you're doing all this shit, man. You better watch it back. In the end, you're not going to like what's going to go down, karma and this and that. But either way, that shit happens to good people anyway,
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very,
No, it is
Tricky.
very
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah.
It is very tricky.
Yeah, because I'm not me as a person. I could be very philosophical, maybe not as superstitious for some things, but I don't really. When I think about it, I feel like it hasn't come around. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
Like,
I was gonna say also, like, just in terms of like us talking about energy today on this podcast, like it's crazy how we're talking about this now, in 2020, because even back then people were like talking about this. You really think about the whole like Chinese philosophy of like yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? It's like the good and the bad have to have a perfectly set balance in order for the world to spin perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Right.
feel like us talking about this now, like it's a perfect time to talk about this, especially like into society that we're living in nowadays. There's a lot of bad in the world right now, but there's also a lot of good.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if both sides, come together at one point, like we'd all be just better off,
Right.
Right.
I just feel like the love, like it's commonly termed, the love is always gonna overpower the hate. And my dad even said that better days are ahead. The love always wins.
Always.
Of course.
Always. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? And that's what you need to put out. Like love, it always wins. And of course you're gonna get tested, and there's gonna be way more storms and losses and all this shit coming out the way. But I'm telling you, in the long run, bro, we get so caught up in the short term shit, and the long run is gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna change. Shit's gonna change. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry one time.
No,
But
you're good, bro.
talking about karma, same shit happened with my dad though. It's spooky. I was putting pieces together. My dad was such a great individual, those of you that know him. And when I spoke about him, he always done right in the community, done right with his family and whatnot. But back then, my dad was in the streets doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? And bad shit. And then, thankfully he changed his life because he went to got therapy. He had to go away, all that stuff. But my dad back then was really ruthless. That's what I say he's an OG. Like he's an OG. Like, you know what I'm saying? But his past caught up to him in the end. And that's the shit that killed him. So like you gotta really watch what you do. You gotta watch what you do in your foundation, because he was doing good, and he wrote something. Damn, if I can remember it. He said if you keep on running forward, you're gonna distance your history. You know, run towards your destiny. You distance your history. I know I got it late, but I'm gonna continue to run. I just found that so powerful.
Yeah,
You know
very
what I'm saying?
impactful.
And I'm like, why he said that? And now he wrote that prior when he caught that the pink the I'm not gonna say we got when he caught later on the pancreatic cancers. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
yeah, he wrote that, and you know that all that shit could have been avoided if he didn't do something wrong in his past. And I was like, wow. And then he's trying to do all this good to run from that. You know what I'm saying? Go towards his destiny, but that's what causes death.
Yeah, nah, man.
So, just a question for you guys. Do you guys wake up in the morning and touch yourselves? No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a certain routine? You wake up, you take deep breaths, you tune in with yourself. What is it? This is sidetracking.
Oh,
Obviously,
no,
it's just
it's-
actually.
My routine varies because especially since the pandemic started, you know, like
Oh, for sure.
you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you kind of have like those late nights and then you kind of just waking up in the afternoons and all that. And then you find yourself the next day probably like, you know, back to normal routine. It's all over the place for me. But typically on a regular routine, I find myself I've been getting into the habit of doing affirmations. I would write a few in the morning.
That's great, bro.
Yeah. This was something that I was taught while I was in the office, and so I would do that. Typically, you know, I probably might read like a book for 30 minutes or something like that. That all being said, if I wake up early for it, which I used to do, of course, you know, I usually did. But that was pretty much how I started my morning routine, you know, with just those two things.
But what it sets you off, it balanced you, and you felt good after you did that.
I guess since I was starting it, it's not like it was very, you know, kind of I didn't really get to the I didn't really start doing it as much. You know, I wasn't really focused on doing that as much, but I tried to let it be I try to let it normalize, if that makes any sense.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I think Sal was more of action. Like, I think I could tune in a little bit more with that question. What I do, despite everything that's going on, and that could really set me back on track on this path and that energy that I want to bring into my life, is I'll just listen to the right music, the motivational music and shit that just relates to me in my situation. And then I'll pray. Despite all the wrong I did, any wrong that I have done that I do not, you know, recall, or I'm probably just did, you know, not intentionally, I pray, and then I go to bed peacefully, and then I wake up ready to fucking go, ready to rock. I do that shit every day. Despite what the fuck happened to me, I'll pray, boom, I feel good. You know, I could have got punched in the face, but I'll pray about it. I'll wake up the next day, it's a new day, new chapter. You know what I'm saying? I'm up and I'm alive, and I'm ready to go. And I just convey everything that happened to me in that day. It's something I used to do with my dad every night. We didn't pray, but I would tell my dad about my whole entire day. But now my dad was like, you know, when I'm not here, you gotta count on the Lord. And that's what I do. And that's what gets me going. That's what sets the record straight from then on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything with you?
Oh,
Anything specifically besides touching yourself?
I start off my day with Sal's classes.
Ooh.
Nah,
Powerful.
but no. On a real note, though, like I feel like for me, like my schedule's a little different. You know, like I do agree. Like I feel like the beginning of your day kind of starts off the energy for the rest of your whole day. And like I'm not gonna hold you. Like I like waking up late and I like sleeping in. I can't lie to you. I love sleep. You know, people are like, "Why you sleep so late?" I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to dream, bro. Like leave me alone. Like you know what I'm saying. But like no, like a lot of people have like their morning rituals. Like my morning ritual, like my favorite thing to do is like I sit in the shower for 2 hours. I know that sounds crazy.
Feels good, right?
But
I love showers, bro.
Like you can ask Ethan this shit every time. Every time he FaceTimes me, I'm literally sitting butt naked in my shower.
It's therapeutic.
Like, it is.
Yeah, wait,
Why?
Pause. I just want to clarify shit. Pause, hold on. I only see his face. I don't see nothing else. Pause. But go ahead.
No, yeah, but like it's just like I feel like you guys said, like it just kind of brings me like one with myself. Like I know it sounds like really cheesy, but like the water hitting like just the ground and like it feels like a sauna in my bathroom. Like it just feels good and just makes me think about everything and it clears my head out.
And you're not high at all at this whole time?
Hell no. Hell no. And then it just feels really great. You know what I'm saying? It just starts off my day perfectly. And I just feel like, you know, it just clears my thoughts and makes me think about how the rest of my day, like certain things, like while I'm in the shower, I just think about how my day is planned out, you know, and that's just really how I start off my day. And like once I start off my day, like your class is really interesting, but like I'm super, you know, when I come to your class every morning, like, I'm just super tired. You see it on my
I mean,
face.
I get it. This is why I have the energy to bring
Exactly.
everybody.
Like you see me in the morning, like my eyes have really got the craziest Gucci bags under my eyes. I'm just like, bro, let's just get this started. I'm tired. Let's get this moving. Not, but like it's true. Like energy is everything. Like I really give my like 100 to 110% in that class, and I feel great the rest of the day. You know, it really starts off my day like, wow, I could really do everything.
Right,
you know?
right.
And it's just like it goes to show you that, you know, energy can't really be bought. You know,
No,
it's all within yourself, regardless if you feel it or not. Like it's all within you, and it's all about your experience. You know,
right.
and I feel like when energy, like I'm reading something here, it's really interesting, but it says when energy is properly directed, it can be used to manifest anything you desire.
Yo, that is facts.
And that's true. I think that's 100% true.
That's very true. I was reading the book called The Motivation Manifesto, and I recommend it to anyone out there. It talks about that right there. You know what I'm saying? You can manifest anything you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some shit may be wild and whatnot, but you can manifest it, talk it, dream it, envision it, continue to talk about it and see it, and be around people that have that similar, you know, mindset, and shit, it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. Very true. You have to surround yourself, and I'm not saying I surround myself with 100% the people I want to surround. Sometimes you got friends that are just stuck somewhere that it's not even their fault. They haven't tuned in with themselves yet. Then they're trying to align themselves with everything like what we're talking about, the universe and whatnot, energy.
They won't catastrophically bring you down.
So, you know, it's true. What you envision, what you want, you have to believe in it. And it sounds cheesy because I know the listeners have heard this
1,000 times, wow.
100 million times, but it's true shit. If you envision, you can make a reality out of it, but you actually have to believe. Yo, it sounds crazy, but if you go in, like, let's say you're trying to get a promotion or something, if you envision yourself, you already got it, your body tunes in with you, you make a mind-body connection, you align, and you raise your frequency, and you'll get there. You know what I mean? So like, it is a lot about, first of all, aligning with yourself and everything around and the energy you put out and raising your vibration, and vibration raising the frequency. And then boom, like you'll realize certain things align, fall into place, and more, you know?
Of course. So I was going to say, like, we've been talking about a lot of good energy and the good energy can bring. Do you think energy or too much energy or misbalance in energy can be very bad? And how so?
I feel like sometimes it could be if you're putting out a lot of energy into something that you kind of have a feeling that's not gonna work. You know, sometimes, like I said, your body plays tricks on you, your mind plays tricks on you, and certain things where you put in so much energy, it's not for you, bro. Move on. You know, like there's so many things that you gotta accept sometimes. This ain't for you, bro. Move on to the next and see if you can put your energy into that. See if it works out, you know?
And then if that don't work out, keep going, try something else. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit you could do. And talking about manifesting stuff, with this whole fitness thing, I manifested where I'm at right now. With me being with Sal, all these trainers, shout out to Vince, Anthony, Eric, Isaiah, Adrian. I could keep on going, as you can see. But back then, when I came into this training sector, I said, I'm going to be around these dudes, man. I'm going to be in this fitness sector, and like, I'm going to be at the tier of these guys or even higher. Like, it's a friendly comp, you know what I'm saying? I want to be at his level or even higher, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm going to be around that. And the only way to be around that is to like envision that shit, work hard at it 120%, you know what I'm saying? And get in that zone within yourself, and then just be around them, you know what I'm saying? Get in that environment. Because then it's gonna bring that out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, do you remember when I go ahead.
And same thing with Casey. Look what he's doing with music. You know what I'm saying? How he leveled up with it and what he's doing. Now he got a team. He's trying to collab with different artists and whatnot. Cause he wants to be in that same lane as them. And even better. You know what I'm saying? That wavelength and that frequency. You know what I'm saying? Let's say wavelength 10. I don't know. I'm not fucking scientist and whatnot. Wavelength 10, you're trying to be at 12. But shit, then you gotta fucking try to catapult yourself to 12 and then now you at 12, you know what I'm saying? Then you see 14, continue raising the bar with your energy. Don't get stagnant with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's potential, but it's when you unlock it, it's infinite. And don't stop.
Right. I mean, you remember when I told you about good news I had from that job offer, remember? Yeah, I mean, son, you know, it's crazy because I knew that was gonna happen. Of course, there was some sort of like, you know, collateral damage there, if that makes any sense. But of course, you know, I got it. And I knew from the get that I was going to, because, you know, I took my work serious. I took whatever I did on the job seriously. And it's crazy because the seriousness that I took like while on the field, a lot of my peers and a lot of my higher ups kind of noticed that. And so, you know, it goes to show, like when you're serious about your work ethic and when you're serious about, you know, just pretty much about what you're trying to move forward in, it kind of gets you places. And then it also kind of vibrates onto other sectors of your
Opens
life.
up new doors,
And whatever you're
opportunities.
doing, because, you know, I feel this positive energy in me flowing through me, making me want to do other things that I got going on, other plans, other ventures that I'm working on.
Keep that flow.
You get what I'm saying?
Hell
Yeah, and it's about keeping that flow, you know what I'm saying?
And it's always the little things. Whatever you do in your life that you feel that if you did is like an upgrade from your old self, that makes you even better of a person, even if it's like not related at all. You know, you just find yourself doing
I was
that.
like, speaking of like social media and like, you know, being better and all that, like, I think something that I usually see a lot on social media is like zodiac signs. You know what I'm saying? And like, they say like you're a celestial being and like these zodiac signs determine the type of energy you give off.
Do you guys believe in all that?
Yeah, so I was about to ask you guys, do you guys believe in like what your zodiac sign is?
A lot of it have been very accurate.
No, it's true. It is
Yeah.
very crazy how you read something and it's like, damn, that shit kind of relates to my day.
It's crazy because I hate certain people that are certain signs, and I'm not going to say them, but of course, because I read them and they're the same exact people that I've seen in real life. You get what I'm saying?
You know,
And then
Geminis are the worst. Come on.
Geminis,
You know, Geminis.
No.
We're coming at each other now.
No.
I'm a Scorpio, but we're not gonna go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm
When he
playing.
said Scorpio, I said, motherfucker. Look
Bro,
at him.
there's good Scorpios, bad,
Nah.
good Leos,
But-
bad Leos. You know,
yeah.
every
Back to Casey's question, I believe in it, but yeah, I don't, because what we just said, it's like being hypocritical to what we said. You can control it. You know what I'm saying? You have the power of that shit.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck is someone that, I mean, I don't know the science behind it, but someone wrote down for the zodiac, someone wrote that shit.
But you know,
what
a
I'm
lot of the characteristics, when you read each one, they're all relating, right?
Yeah.
They're not off topic. You know,
Right, right.
they have similar in some ways. You're just tweaking it
You're
little
tweaking
by
it,
little.
right.
You got somebody that's really good in writing, tweaking each thing, and yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
That's crazy. So
Zodiac
what are
signs.
your zodiac signs? If you on my
I'm a Leo,
Oh,
I'm a
God. I could
Scorpio.
100% see that though.
100%.
Like my so
How,
like,
how you could see that?
like I could 100% see this. Like my mother's also a Leo. Like my mom is a Leo all the way, and I think Leos are like very in charge. And
Right.
they're very like big leaders.
Yes.
And my mom is so in my face all the time, and she is like that like type of like boss ass bitch type woman. You know what I'm saying?
That's the energy
Like,
we
and
have.
like I feel like no, because like I could see it because like you take your class.
Big
and
dick
like,
energy.
And you got big dick energy the whole way through, and you're leading the class, and you're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck that you're dying right now. You're gonna fucking do this shit.
yeah.
And like I could see that 100%.
Yeah, leadership is a big thing. We love attention, but not the attention that like a girl wants in a selfie.
I don't want to hear that because you're an MC.
Right. So everything I do is attention. You know, dance, I'm teaching. I'm in the middle of the room teaching. MCing, I'm in the middle of a wedding and 500 people. I'm there, the center of attention on the microphone. Instructing fitness, same thing. You know, everything I do, all my jobs that I do.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it is. Leadership and whatnot.
I mean, I'm a Scorpio, but I think Scorpio's the best one because I'm
Yeah.
into fucking Addison. But not, I
Say
mean,
that.
I don't really know much about fucking
Zodiac
zodiacs
signs.
and whatnot. I gotta look at it.
I
and
feel like it's
whatnot.
pretty accurate for you too, though, because
What's it
Scorpios
say?
are known for being tough-minded and biting, but they also have lots of positive qualities that make them great friends and successful
Everybody,
people
yeah.
overall.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
We
I
all
know
got
that can
some
tune into
positive-
everybody type shit, but like I feel like that actually like very, very, very like it fits you, and like you know some of the things are brave. loyal, honest, ambitious.
Jealous,
you know,
scratch down. I'm
jealous.
not fucking jealous.
I mean, I feel like everyone has a level of jealousy, but I don't really see it too often in you. Secretive and resentful. You know what I'm, you know what I'm
he's
saying?
a lot.
I'll be jealous sometimes.
I hear
Are
you.
you a Scorpio too?
Yeah, bro.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I got you.
Son, Scorpio gang up
Well,
in there. You
that
know,
shit-
it's
That shit's crazy. But just to recap on anything, I feel like you want to talk about your Virgo?
I mean, I'm a Virgo, and I feel like Virgo personalities I feel like we're the best, but that's just because I'm
yeah.
I'm a
What they say? Wait,
Virgo.
scroll
we
up.
don't
What
hear
does it
about
say?
Virgos
I
often,
think
though.
Libras are the best, but
Nah, you wildin' for that. It says
alright.
Virgos are strong. Virgos can be very good at masking their emotions, and I feel like as a person, I feel like I'm actually very good at masking my emotions. Like you'll never know I'm upset, sad, or even happy. I can give you the straightest poker face and lie to you right now.
Bullshit.
I can't relate.
Bullshit. I'm not trying to
I
I'm not trying to make
can't
this podcast into politics or argument, but that's bullshit. Because when we was doing his video shoot, I could tell this dude was upset.
No,
Because
okay, but that was because we're not gonna speak about that. We're not gonna
we're not gonna speak about it because
We're
I'm
not gonna
calling
speak
him
about that
on his
moment.
fucking shit.
Nah.
He said I can mask my emotions.
That was something I
And-
couldn't fucking mask at the time. I'm
We'll
talking
tell,
about with
we'll tell
personal.
we'll tell a quick story. So they scratched the back of the R8. I'm like, Casey, it's a little fucking scratch.
Oh, what?
It's-
Is that what
yeah,
happened?
Yeah, it was a little fucking scratch. I'm like, bro, you can't do nothing about it. It wasn't in control. You didn't fucking do it. Someone was a dickhead and backed up into you, whatnot. And the dude just skirt off and say you be good. Bro, his face went from here to
Wow.
Yeah,
the whole-
bro, I'm
It
just
happens,
saying.
man.
and he's talking about I could mask
No,
my
I
thing.
definitely could.
Bullshit. All to the viewers out there,
I
bullshit.
definitely could.
Nah.
But-
But go ahead.
It says cheerful. Once a Virgo enters your life, everything around you gets a little better. Loyal, passionate, observant, perfectionist. I feel like I am a perfectionist because like I feel like with me, like if I don't like or see something a certain way, it really bothers the fuck out of me.
That's
Like that shit really bothers me a lot, especially like anything. Like if I'm making my bed or like if I'm cleaning my room or there's something else like the music video. If I don't see something I like, I'm literally gonna tell you and make that shit integrate, especially with my music.
Yeah, we was
if I
just
don't
doing
like the
it-
way
yeah.
something sounds, I'm gonna keep doing that shit until I like the way it sounds. And just I could be sensitive at times.
Yeah, you are
sometimes I
pretty
could be
sensitive.
pretty sensitive and intense. Like like I feel like I go to Sal's class, and like you just gotta dig in deep and that shit.
And then yeah, we could talk about another. He tells me a lot of stories of how he gets intense, but we're not gonna get into that. but
I actually pulled my hip having sex. It'd be like that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but just to recap on everything, look at this energy right here. Look what we're bringing out. We're laughing, joyful. You could feel it. I feel like for anyone that's out there hearing this, seeing us, if your circle is not like this, or if the people you're around is not bringing out this version of you, I think you need to like reevaluate shit and start making changes. We all got better today. You know what I'm saying? And we recorded this an hour ago, and I feel like I elevated, another notch today. And every day I do. And if it's not, these type of vibes, you really need to make a change in your life and just take a step back for a moment and just, be by yourself, get in your zone and say like, what the fuck do I want in my life? And whatever it is, I want to be around whether it's money hungry people, go around some money hungry people. You want to get around some fitness gurus and people that are going to change your life, get around us because we will change your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I appreciate Sal coming again. This time he's a guest speaker, but this time he came to be a part of this episode. Kevin, it was great having you and hearing your story. And Casey,
Thanks.
man, I fucking love you, Casey. You the fucking man. And shout out to the guy behind the scene, Josh. He's fucking best. His patience. He's a guru. He's a genius. And he just brings me up a whole nother fucking level and a whole nother notch. You know what I'm saying? I respect this dude tons. And thank y'all for tuning in. Brothers in the Deep End, we out of here. You're.
Peace out.